Hello everyone, welcome to the daily newspaper analysis of the Shankar IAS Academy, and today's video is for the date of 11th of April 2025. So before moving into the list of topics discussed, there's just a small announcement to be made. The All India mock test for the UPSC prelims would be conducted on these three dates, that is the 4th of May 2025, 11th of May 2025 and 18th of May 2025. So interested students can join the UPSC prelims mock test series as it will boost your prelims practice. Now looking into the topics for discussion, the first article Chintan Shivir 2025 discusses about the different cohesion of different ministries for this conference. The article can be taken from the PIB, and the next article discusses about the India-Portugal relationship through the recent visit by the our President Murmu to Portugal. And next article discusses about the acute promyelocytic leukemia and their treatments related to. And the last article discusses about the magnetic nanoparticles for cancer treatment, which is also from the PIB. So without any delay, let's move into the articles discussion one by one along with the prelims practice question. This is the first news. Chintan Shivir 2025 is a mission-oriented platform for constructive dialogue, ideation and exchange of best practices. So it is a two-day event which was inaugurated in Dehradun, Uttarakhand by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment in 2025. So the event is bringing together key stakeholders from various ministries across the country to deliberate on policy making, their implementation, reviewing the welfare schemes and strengthening the center-state partnerships to ensure social justice for marginalized communities in India. So here Chintan Shivir is a mission-driven platform. It's like a all India conference to bring in constructive dialogue and debate for various issues related to our country, and having the ideation and sharing best practices for the promotion of good governance and participatory governance. So here the focus is bringing in policy innovation and coordination across ministries. So the Chintan Shivir has been happening since the year of 2022, and this phrase is mainly used by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, where Chintan Shivir in Hindi it means to have a deep thinking or to have to have a retreat or to bring in deliberation on different various opinions. So this is what Chintan Shivir is. So here different ministries of country like Ministry of Social Justice, Ministry of Ayush, they all come together, they bring in their different schemes and they all have a conference or like a debate to go through all of the analysis of the different schemes. So here it is organized across various ministries for developmental programs. This particularly comes in the syllabus of prelims for current events of national and international importance, and also economic and social development. And for mains GS, in GS paper 2, it comes under government policies and interventions for various sectors and for issues arising through their implementation and through their design. So we need to know there are different ministries would be participating here. In this analysis, we'll be seeing only few ministries and their few schemes, which is very relevant and important to UPSC. And you can also go to the PIB platform, PIB link, where every ministries have given their different schemes, so you can just get through read. There is no need to look into the schemes too much into, but just get to know, just you can check other various sources of PIB to know how many ministries are into this and what all schemes are being added. So in this analysis we'll be just seeing few schemes related. In Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, their key pillars or their focus would be for education, economic development, social protection and accessibility. So when it comes to development of the marginalized communities, there has been brought in these schemes here. First is the assistance to disabled people, that is the ADIP. Then having denotified tribes in India, that is DTI scholarships. Then having the scheme called PM Yasasvi, that is PM Young Achiever Scholarship Award scheme for Vibrant India. And next scheme is the Namaste scheme, where they bring in modernizing the sanitation work. And next is the Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan, where it is a de-addictive initiative, and it's not just adhere to these initiatives alone, but there are a lot even more schemes discussed by the Ministry of Social Justice. So through the Chintan Shivir, every ministries will be bringing in every schemes every year whenever the conference is being held. Next, even Ministry of Mines have been participated. These are their focus area, such as circular economy, having boosting mineral production, and having private exploration, geoscientific data access, and so on, and looking into local system ecosystem for mining equipment. Next ministry would be Ministry of Women and Child Development. Here the key schemes can include Mission Vatsalya, Mission Shakti, Saksham Anganwadi, and Poshan 2.0 nutrition, and also about the She Box scheme, where it's a portal for sexual harassment complaints. Looking into the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, they have been discussing more about the Olympics, which will be next in future would be happening, and other key initiatives such as Kalo India State Centers for Excellence, bringing in skilling and welfare schemes for the coaches, and also schemes such as Kirti School. So it is the Kalo India Rising Talent Identification Program for school sports and drug prevention. Next is the Ministry of Coal. Here they have the vision of coal production target, which is 2 billion tons, and having cleaner tech, having the importance on green energy and sustainability. And these are the key platforms included in the Chintan Shivar, which is I got Karma Yogi, which is a civil service training, and also special camping 4.0. So there are many different schemes and many different initiatives given by different ministries. There is no need to go very deep into knowing what all it compromises. Rather, you can just have a go through or just have a read and get to know different schemes by different ministries. So I hope the article is clear. This is the prelims practice question. Chintan Shiva 2025 recently news is best described as a government platform for constructive policy dialogue and review. Not a military preparedness exercise. This is done by ministry under the Chintan Shiva, and these two answers are not according to the question. Now, looking into the next news, President Murmu has discussed bilateral ties with the Portuguese counterpart. So, here, our President Draupadi Murmu had extensive discussions with the President Marcelo of Portugal, and they had deliberated discussions on various aspects of the India and Portugal relations. So their main areas of cooperation was for the trade and investment, and for the information technology, that is the IT, and for renewable energy, for connectivity and other cultural exchanges. So these were the areas of focus during their discussions. So this meeting is commemorated for celebrating the 50 years of diplomatic ties with India and Portugal relationship. So here this comes in the syllabus for prelims under current events of the national and international importance, and for mains GS paper 2 it comes in the India and its neighborhood relations, that is the IR. So let's look into the key highlights of the visit. Here they introduced a commemorative stance which has been launched, and it had two dance forms of different countries. For India, it included Kalbiya costume, where this costume is being highly portrayed by the Kalbiya dance. It's a vibrant folk dance of Rajasthan, and that particular dance is being followed by the it's called the snake dance by the snake chambers community of or the tribe in Rajasthan present. And this form of dance has got its is been recognized as the UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage in 2010. And this side of the stamp has been including the Portugal dance form, that is a Viana da Castelo dance form. Next, visits and honors which has been highlighted during this visit of Draupadi Murmu was in the Church of Santa Maria and Tomb of Luis Vaz de Camões, in Monastery of Jeronimos, and received the Key of Honor of Lisbon. So here the Key of Honor is it's a key which is being given by the president to our president. It's a honorary citizenship which is being given to our president. So through the Key of Honor, that has been honorary citizenship for our President Murmu. Now, looking into the significance of the relationship, here trade value is more than or almost to 1.5 billion between India and Portugal, and it is growing, and it enhances the India and European Union partnership altogether. So here, when it comes to Portugal, the first EU country to sign the migration and mobility agreement with India, and it hosted the first India EU summit in 2000 during Portuguese EU presidency. So this agreement promotes and adheres to safe as well as legal migration of workers and having protective uh, agreement through this. Now, looking into the location on the geography here, Portugal comes in the continent Europe, and the region is Western Europe. A peninsula is the Iberian Peninsula, and it borders with the Spain country. So here the coastline has Atlantic Ocean, and the peninsula has the Strait of Gibraltar. So here on the left side it has the Atlantic Ocean, and on the right side the Strait of Gibraltar leads to the Mediterranean Sea. So here Portugal has rivers such as Tagus and Douro. So this is the map. You can see here the Strait of Gibraltar, and this side you can see it is the Atlantic Ocean, which is the coastline of the Portugal, and Spain is the border country, and the Strait of Gibraltar on the right of Strait of Gibraltar is the Mediterranean Sea. Now, looking into the Portuguese territories in India, historically, the Portuguese acquired Goa, Daman and Diu, and Dadra and Nagar Haveli. So, it was acquired in 1510, and it was liberated in 1961 through Operation Vijay. And Daman and Diu was acquired in 1559, and it was liberated in 1961. Dadra and Nagar Haveli was acquired in 1783, and it was liberated during 1954 to 1961. So, this is the historical relevance when it comes to India and Portuguese. And now also India and Portugal relationship is way more beyond the historical relevance. Here the Vasco da Gama Sea Road 1498, where the Lisbon with included the Cape of Good Hope and Indian Ocean, and he came to the Calicut. So it is the first direct sailing between Europe and India. So here we can see how Lisbon is the capital of Portugal, and this is historically the sea route for the linkage of the Europe country and to India. So we all know that this is the Cape of Good Hope, and how that was been linked to our country India through the Calicut. So here I hope the article is clear and you can understand the importance of India and Portugal relationship in prelims perspective. And for mains perspective, you can look into the areas of cooperation which we have mentioned, as you can have a broader analysis of the international relation of both India and Portugal in mains perspective. So this is the prelims question. Recently, India and Portugal released commemorative stamps featuring traditional attire to mark. The answer is B, 50 years of diplomatic ties. Now, looking into the next news, here rare blood cancer now detectable using CRISPR based test. So here a new test has been developed using the CRISPR technology, which can quickly and accurately diagnose the acute promyelocytic leukemia (APL), a rare and aggressive blood form disease of leukemia cancer, and under 3 hours, and it costs less than existing test. So before moving to the news analysis, it comes in the syllabus of prelims for current events of national and international importance, and also in the general science. So for mains in GS paper 2, it comes under science and technology developments and their applications and effects in everyday life. So why we are giving this? Because for you to map it very easily in the syllabus, because it is this topic can be accurately placed in these two subtopics. Now, what is APL? So, APL is known as acute promyelocytic leukemia. So, here it is a rare and aggressive blood cancer which takes place in the bone marrow. So, the subtype of APL can be known as acute myeloid leukemia, that is AML. So, in the bone marrow, where there is healthy cells, that is the myeloid cells, which contains red blood cells, granulocytes and platelets. So among these healthy blood cells, there is involving of abnormal buildup of immature white blood cells, that is the promyelocytes. So this causes the APL. Now we should know how it is being caused. So it is being caused by the fusion of two genes, that is the PML, promyelocytic leukemia gene, and RARA, that is the retinoic acid receptor alpha gene. So here in bone marrow there is our body makes blood cells in the bone marrow, and to make proper white blood cells there is special genes give instructions. Okay, so these are the special genes which give instructions for the forming of healthy cells, healthy white blood cells, and they are known as instruction givers. So when it gets unhealthy, a mistake in chromosomes joins these two genes together, creating the PML RARA fusion gene. That is, they both to get together, and this fusion gene gives the wrong message to developing white blood cells, which causes the acute promyelocytic leukemia. So because of this fusion, there is a generation of wrong blood cells or unhealthy white blood cells, and it stops the generation of healthy cells where there is immature white blood cell, leading to immature white blood cell again. So this is the mechanism of the working of the APL. Now looking into the key features, now you can understand the biological concept. Now we can see the features of the APL. So here we all know now it is caused by PML RARA gene fusion mutation. It leads to severe bleeding, clotting issues and infections, and the high risk is sudden internal bleeding in brains and lungs, as it is very rapid, as that increasing of that unhealthy cells is very rapid in acute manner. So here the common symptoms is having gum, nose bleeding, fatigue, fever and bone pain. Diagnosis can be through blood cell morphology, genetic testing and complete blood count. Now, what is this rapid CRISP test? We all know that CRISPR is a gene mutation technology. Here, now there is quick and rapid diagnosis of the APL to this test. So, it identifies the PML-RA gene fusion, and it enables early treatment and prevents life-threatening complications. Now, looking into the epidemiology and treatment, here the average diagnosis age would be in India would be for 34 years, and looking into the male to female ratio, it is 1.5 to 1. So the treatment for this disease is ATRA, that is all trans retinoic acid, and arsenic trioxide, that is the ATO, and chemotherapy. So here arsenic trioxide is known as one of the most essential medicines by the WHO medicines list. Here the ATRA, this helps to mature the healthy cells, whereas ATO helps to kill the bad cells. So that is why it is known as one of the most essential medicines by the WHO. So here the ATRA has vitamin A. Now through these treatments present, it is one of the most curable AML subtypes if it is detected early. So I hope the concept is clear. I hope the article is clear. Let's move on to a prelims question and answer this question in the comment section. The rapid CRISP recently seen in news is used for the diagnosis of which of the following diseases? So this is the last news. A new magnetic nanoparticles may help treat cancer. So this is by the Ministry of Science and Technology, and this news is from the PIB. So we'll just have a read on, and this news is also in the PIB website. You can also have a look. But let's have an understanding of what the news is. There has been an efficient magnetic system developed called the magnetic hyperthermia. Okay, so it has been newly synthesized nano these particles that we'll be seeing later. So they have synthesized certain particles to treat cancer by increasing the temperature of tumor cells through procedure called magnetic hyperthermia for cancer. So this hyperthermia is increasing the heat temperature of the thermal through magnetic forces. So here cancer has been considered as one of the most threatening diseases for humanity. And for several available treatment methods, the most effective treatments for cancerous cells are radiation therapy, chemotherapy, target therapy, stem cell transplant. All the cancer treatment methods have demonstrated multiple side effects. So here you can see chemotherapy. These all are very important for us to understand the importance of cancer. Chemotherapy and radiation treatments can lead to nausea, exhaustion, hair loss, and relevant risk of infection. Although targeted medicines have demonstrated efficacy, they may not be appropriate for all cancer forms and may require following specific conditions. So here most cancer treatments are costly and hence it may be inaccessible to many. So here the nanomagnets have opened up targeted heat generation process, that is the hyperthermia, that can be used in treating cancer cells, which is comparatively less side effects, and it is controlled by the magnetic field from outside. So turning the physical properties of the nanomagnets is essential to make usable for hyperthermia applications. So due to the impact of various physical parameters of nanomagnets of self-heating efficiency, it is challenging to create and control biofriendly coated magnetic nanoparticles with an effective heat generation efficiency. So we all, through the news understanding, we know how it is cost effective, and also at the same time it has potentiality to help to treat cancer. So this news is one of the most important news for both prelims as well as mains understanding. So here the context is scientists from IASST Guwahati and NIT Nagaland have developed a novel cancer treatment using the magnetic nanoparticles, and the technique used is magnetic hypothermia. Now it comes in the syllabus of prelims in science and technology, for mains in GS3 science and technology, and developments of science and technology and their effects on everyday life. Now what is this magnetic hypothermia? So it is a non-invasive cancer therapy using magnetic nanoparticles. So here the particles are guided to the tumor site, and it leads to the necrosis, that is the death of the cancer cells. Here there is, under alternating magnetic field, they generate localized heat, which is in relation to the surrounding healthy tissue is unharmed. So here you can understand how the hypothermia, that is the magnetic heat which is used through the magnetic fields which are present outside to kill the cancer cells in the tumor sites through particular particles of nanomagnetic. So here they are called as nanoparticles. First, the material used is nanocrystalline cobalt chromite. It is synthesized through chemical co-precipitation, and it is doped with gadolinium to improve heat and magnetic response, act as nano heaters in fluid form. So these, all of these terms might be to look, it might be too difficult, but just understand that these nanoparticles are used for magnetic hypothermia or nanomagnetic as a nanomagnetic field to produce heat through various compositions. So this material is used for producing magnetic thermal. Then this chemical precipitation is used for the process of producing heat, and it is doped with gallium to improve the heat and magnetic response. So all of these items are used to enhance the temperature and heat and produce through the magnetic field present. So these all are nanoparticles now. So it is only these particles which travel through the tumor cell site, and it will result with the necrosis of the cancer cells. What are the key advantages now? So it is targeted and it is localized treatment. It is minimally invasive. Here there is external control through the magnetic field, which is through the physical environment present, and there is lower side effects versus the chemotherapy and radiation which we saw in the news, and potentially it is cost effective. So looking into the conclusion, it looks like a promising breakthrough for a non-invasive and targeted cancer treatment, and also it aligns with India's push for affordable and advanced healthcare technology. So I hope the article is clear. Let's move on to a prelims practice question. The magnetic hypothermia recently seen in news is related to which of these answers? You should need to put in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you like the video. Don't forget to give a like, comment and share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you and have a nice day.